Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's it going, everybody? What's happening, Jamie?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. It's going. I got my fork. I don't know why I got a fork in here, but I do. Fork
At
and
least it's not a bunch of spoons.
A. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been doing this crazy, weird week of mayhem? My cup's sweating. Needs a napkin. My cup's very moist. My camera's very blurry.
It's so hot that your cup is sweating.
Yeah, it was insanely. It wasn't. I don't know. It feels great outside right now. It's like, let's see, what's the temperature here in lovely, sunny Florida? It is. It is slow loading out tonight. Good God Almighty. 76 degrees right now. What is it?
You're 76?
Yep.
69.
Nah, that's a good number.
But they're having to bring down, to get these clouds coming up during the week. Today was like the hottest day I think it's been this year, like 84.
Wow.
And they're like, "Ooh, warming temperatures continue. Warming continues." Like, dude, that's when it used to be 112, like back in the day, 110. Like now they're making us think 90 is like so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, like Marie says, it's been hot here. It's been in well into the 90s. Funny, I was looking at this, I don't know, locals like Facebook group. And there's several people that are like, we just moved to Florida, but it's so hot and humid. It's like, well, why the hell did you move to Florida then? It's a fucking swamp here. It's like hot and humid are two of the pluses here for, the most part. Do you
That's
ever
why
get
I
used to
live there?
It hadn't been that
So,
bad. It's warm, but I don't know. I'm used to it. You know, there's like God. The other day I was at the beach. I got there at like sunrise, and I fished from 6 to 9. Wasn't catching any fish to speak of. And by 9, it was just like it was hot as Satan's balls, and I'm like, good lord, and it was like real clear water. It was like perfect fishing conditions, just no fish. And so I just reeled all my lines in, got everything put in my cart, and I'm like, that's it, I'm going swimming. And I laid in the ocean for like the next 45 minutes.
oh, nice.
Like awesome. The water was like 75
No,
and just perfectly clear and nice. A little cool at first, but felt great.
that's what I liked about Florida. But when I was out there, it's like, F this, I can never live here. I feel like I want to die. But that's how it was when I lived in Fresno, too. Like, Fresno would get, but that would be like a dry heat. Like, I'd get out and be so hot, I couldn't breathe. Like,
Yeah.
I would feel suffocated getting out of the air conditioning just to walk to the mall. Like, 115.
I was saying earlier, though, today I was outside working and I was just like, good God, I'm just going to go in and eat lunch and sit in the AC for a while and get past this incinerator hour, the hottest hour of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But
wait for that sun to move, then it's all good. Get a little breeze come in. Boop.
yeah, I got it set up where, I work outside because I have too much crap in my garage to work in my garage. So, bikes and motorcycles and this and that, and tools and other kinds of shit everywhere. It's ridiculous. But yeah, to work outside. But I got a couple of fans set up that are like blowing on me and blowing the sawdust away from me at the same time. So it's not too terrible with, the fans. You sweat a little bit, but the fans kind of cool your sweat off. So it's not too bad.
Ooh, and then the sawdust sticking to the sweat.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good call on blowing the chips away.
Yeah. Craig says it's 57 there. Dang. Blurry here. Stupid camera. Yeah. It's going to get hotter, though. We're doing a disc golf course cleanup thing Saturday morning. And I'm like, oh boy, that's going to be hot. And I looked, and it's actually supposed to be like 67 Saturday. Saturday's going to be like the coolest day we've had in a while. So I'm like, hells yes.
Nice.
Don't mind working in 67.
That's when I like to go on hikes and bike rides. Like when it's more on the cool, kind of breezy side, where it like conditions your sweat as you're sweating. It's like a perfect combination of keeping you cool as you're going.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I don't do good in the heat and stuff. Like I get red like a tomato, as you've seen.
Yeah.
And I get hot. And I get miserable and I get bitchy.
Hot, miserable, and bitchy.
Like my Half Moon Bay, Moss Beach,
Yeah.
75 with the cool breeze, with the slight breeze. Temperatures ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, I dread it's hot here, it's humid, but there's like 3 weeks, usually in August, where it's just like living on the face of the sun. But other than that, you get past those 3 weeks and, it's okay. It's Florida. I deal with it.
We would get that too. They'd call it Indian summer, like right at the end, like the last, like right, it'd be right before we'd go back to school. And it was so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, we get this summer doldrums where it's just like insanely hot, no wind, no nothing. It's like you just don't even like the inside of your car is like your oven
Mhm.
on oil. Hmm. But yeah, fall and spring. Although our winter this year here was pretty awesome. Got to say, we had a few cold days. Like there was a few days where it was in the 30s, lower 30s, but overall, our winter was pretty peachy.
I don't know if you consider what we're in still winter or fall, really. I mean, spring. But it's almost kind of still like winter because it hasn't really. I mean, it's kind of like spring now, catching up because we're getting some blooms on some flowers, and what's crazy is things that haven't been blooming, this and that. Like I told you, the roses were like salad plates, and
Yeah.
I have this succulent in the back that I got Halloween in like a plant potter like this, but
Yeah.
it has this whole like thing sticking out of it with these little bell flowers coming out and other things like sprouting all huge. These plants back here that get a few have like the little bud pods. So stuff's growing. It's
Yeah.
just really late.
Yep. Isn't Memorial Day yesterday? Isn't that supposed to be the first day of summer? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like from our conditions, like what it feels like, it still feels like winter out here. Like it doesn't matter the date anymore. It's like we used to have different seasons.
Yeah.
And we don't change those 4 seasons anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I technically know where we're supposed to be.
Yeah. It's like here in Florida, our seasons are like one day it's winter. It's like, oh, it's cold, it's windy, it's overcast, it's nasty, it's freezing. Then the next day it's like, oh, it's like spring. It's like we can have all 4 seasons in 1 week here.
Seriously.
Yeah, like this past winter it would be like 36 one day and like 86 the next day. It was ridiculous. The plants are like, oh, go hide, no, come out, no, hide, no, come out. What the hell's going on?
Can we come out yet? The lizards and stuff are all out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know the one that I saved?
Yeah.
Guess who I found in the pool the other day?
Oh no.
This time belly up, bloated, like
Uh,
definitely. I'm like, oh no.
yeah.
But I did give him a second chance.
Yep.
There was a marking. I knew it was him. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, buddy, why did you do it again?
Exactly. I gave you a second chance at life, and what did you do? You drowned in that pool, you ignoramus.
Yeah, and I gave that thing full on CPR. I even tried to CPR it again, even though I brought some things back to life that people have been pretty surprised. I said, don't doubt me.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute. Just be patient. Like, you'll be surprised. I've, surprised the hell out of my dad, people
Yeah.
that watch me do it. And, but I smelt like a little bit of, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm
Yeah. You
I'll
bring
work
this
on
one
it in a
back, it's
minute.
gonna be like the church of lizards.
Like Pet Cemetery.
Fairy cat, exactly.
Hmm.
Brought him back, but he's not the same.
But when some people think they're for sure it's dead. Just leave it. It's dead. I'll look at it. I'm like, I know there's still life. Go ahead.
Yep.
sitting there chasing cats with hands, holding this flopping lizard in another hand.
Oh man.
Like a nut.
Yeah, showtime. Hear my dog just nonstop barking.
I put Bubba's outside so we didn't have to deal with that tonight.
Yeah.
Not a kitty. I'm talking about a lizard. Wait, Zariana. Oh yeah. I was talking about a lizard. Yeah, no, not a kitty. I wouldn't be so light about it. But there have been kittens rescued from this pool.
Oh man. I get the yawners tonight.
Oh, that's awesome, Murray. Yeah, Day just jumped into a bush, and I don't even know what he grabbed out of it. It was like a weird tongue thing, like it looked like a tentacle. He went up to the bush, and all of a sudden he goes, whoop, and just like dove in like he was jumping in water, comes out. I'm like, what'd you do? And I look, and he had that look, and I see this like weird tentacly thing in his mouth. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm prying it out of his mouth. He like bit me. It got on the ground, and it looked like a side. It's all and went off into the bush before I could see it. I'm like, what the hell is that? It looked like a sidewalk. I'm like, that's not a salamander. It had no legs. It was peach kind of.
Weird.
Shaped like a weird tongue or a tentacle. And it moved like a fast sidewinder, which it could have been hurt from, him biting it. But it's no snake I've seen out here.
Weird.
Yeah, but he's just all proud. He's just like, whoop, comes up with the freaky thing in his mouth. God knows what all these chemicals falling down have probably like made some big bang in the bushes and weird ass 3-eyed fish and things are going to cut, like the Simpsons fish are going to come out of it.
They're really. Dang.
Damn. I said, God damn.
Yeah, Zariana, I would say I could ship them to you, but they're heavy. If they'll hold my fat ass up on them, they're built tough.
It's an alien, yeah. That's what I started to question. Like, this is some weird little, like...
Yeah. Weird
sci-fi thing into the bush.
It's like the thing that, came out of the dude's chest in Alien. Scurrying
For real. That's how I felt. And I was in shock, and I, like, reached in, like, should I? I'm opening the bush. I'm like, what the hell? My eyes. So, inside China's AI hospital, a place I hope I never am. RoboDoc, world's first AI hospital, unveiled in China with robot doctors who can treat 3,000 patients a day and will save millions. Dubbed Agent Hospital, the virtual facility will have the potential to save millions through its autonomous interaction. When you have to have like a talk with your doctor where there's empathy and explain certain things? Like, I just don't get how you're going to have that, like, to explain. Yeah. Not everything medical is textbook black and white. That's what I don't get.
Yeah. Like there's certain things like my prescriptions. We were on the phone with my doctor today. And I went there. My last doctor's appointment was in March. And I went there specifically, they're like, what are you here for? I'm like, well, I need prescription refills. You got to play that game. You got to, you got to go to the doctor. So he was like, okay, I'll see you again in 6 months. Do you want to make an appointment? And I was like, I'll just make it, I don't know what the hell I'm doing 6 months from now. I'll make it, a month or so ahead or whatever. So the pharmacy calls, or they send me a text and say all my prescriptions are denied. My doctor denied all my prescriptions. So I'm like, what the hell? So we call today and they're like, oh yeah, you your last prescription refill was in December. So you have to come in. I'm like, we were just there in March. Yeah, well, the doctor didn't fill them in March. I'm like, well, how the fuck is that my fault? That's what we specifically went there for. So I see how autonomous, like robots, they might be able to get that kind of shit, like, bam, get it worked out right, But if you're like, hey doc, can you look at this place on my, my shoulder, my eye, whatever. I mean, you're going to have a robot looking at you. So yeah, I see how they could help, but I also see how it could be a complete nightmare.
Well, yeah, or like going on with like the prescriptions are getting diagnosed, and sometimes like things don't show up on an image like an MRI. You can have a back injury for say that you need like opiates for, and they don't want to give opiates because it's not showing up on an imagery. But the type of injury you have, it doesn't always show up. But when you talk to the doctor and let them know the situation, and they can actually feel your back and feel the clusters and feel this swelling and stuff, that imagery and all this stuff doesn't, and they know your situation because they have the empathy and the logic, being able to reason this and that, say, okay, yeah, you do qualify for this or that. A robot is like cut or dry, like, oh, we don't see this, no, denied.
Yeah.
So this, I don't know how that's going to work. Developed by researchers at a university in Beijing, the AI hospital is so advanced that it already aims to be operational by the second half of 2024. 6 months of research and development means the hospital is nearing readiness for practical application, where it is set to transform the way doctors diagnose and treat patients. Research team, and that makes me almost want to go to my primary, who's so worried about everything she does because she says, oh, my license, I'm not so worried about your quality of life and health and all that. I'm more worried about what they're telling me I can and cannot do, can and cannot say, can and cannot recommend. If you're like asking for a therapeutic, you're asking for whatever, because they're worried. They will straight say, I'm worried about my license.
Yeah.
Well, they're dangling your license in front of you anyways. And then what's going to happen? Boom. Exactly. You're going to be taking their jobs. Taking your jobs. Research team leader of the agent hospital, Liu Yang, said, the AI hospital will bring immense benefits to both medical professionals and the general public. Thanks to its simulated environment and ability to autonomously evolve, AI doctors will be able to treat up to 10,000 patients within a matter of days. To put this into perspective, it would take at least 2 years for human doctors to achieve the same numbers. Tests conducted by Chinese researchers have already shown AI doctor agents achieve an impressive 93.6% accuracy rate on the MedQA dataset, which is a U.S. medical licensing exam question. So AI could pass a test. Covering major respiratory illnesses, the virtual medical professionals were able to simulate the entire process of diagnosing and treating patients. This included consultation, examination, diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up process. So, like what? If you've got like a earache or strep throat, it's going to do what? Like insert swab, like swab your tonsil for you, and then tell you to go down to a lab to get your blood, and then like this robot arm is going to come up and so I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what type of things are going to be treated and diagnosed here? And when you look down here, they're like operating and stuff. And don't get me wrong, simulation and all that has greatly improved doctors being able to do surgery and keep a steady hand, things like that. And there are instances where the robots working with them, a human working with them, can achieve great things. But I don't think you can take the human factor out of it completely like this.
Yeah.
So basically, you get a consult, examination, diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up process. The virtual world will see all doctors, nurses, and patients driven by large language modeled power intelligent agents. The role information for the AI doctors can also be infinitely expanded, the report adds. For now, a configuration of 14 doctors and 4 nurses are on hand to deal with the demands of patients. Talk about being moved like cattle, too. The 14 doctors are designed to diagnose diseases and formulate detailed treatment plans while the 4 nurses focus on daily support. What if you have an STD? Is it kind of like those apps that you just take a picture of something and then it identifies a plant or it identifies a rock? Do you like stick your wang out and they're like, oh, you got syphilis, or The 14 doctors are designed to diagnose diseases, formulate detailed treatment plans, while the 4 nurses focus on daily support. Bringing the AI hospital into the real world means medical students can be provided with enhanced training opportunities. Proposing treatment plans without the fear of causing harm to real patients will allow them to practice in a risk-free environment. This will ultimately lead to the cultivation of highly skilled doctors. When the roles are reversed, whereby the doctors are virtual and the patients are real, online telemedicine services can be provided. So what? They're not doctors?
I'm getting confused now.
This is to train medical students? This is a training facility or a hospital?
If they're treating 3,000 people a day, it damn sure better be a hospital.
I mean, I didn't see all this at the bottom here. According to the report, this would allow AI doctors to handle thousands or even millions of cases. She adds that the AI hospital can even predict the spread, development, and control of infectious disease in a region. Another motivator behind the AI hospital is creating affordable care for the public. I bet. As diagnostic capabilities of AI doctors translate through the real world, it brings with it high quality, affordable, and convenient healthcare services. To ensure AI technology does not pose a risk to public health, strict adherence to national medical regulations is required. On top of that, thorough validation of technological maturity and the exploration of mechanisms for AI human collaboration are also essential. Yay or nay?
I don't know. Like I say, I can see the upside of it, but I don't know. Like, I mean, if you got a robotic doctor, I mean, or surgeon or whatever, I mean, doctors they're people just like us, and sometimes some days they feel like crap, or they're having a shitty day, or they're fighting with their spouse or whatever, and they're at work and they're all pissed off. Well, robots technically shouldn't have bad days. They wouldn't bring that emotion into the job where it might be taking away from, like I can't imagine being a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon or something and going to work just feeling like shit or being all pissed off. It's like you're you got somebody's life in your hands, literally. You know.
You made a point there too. Remember the show, The Doctor with the Norman Bates kid?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that? And he's autistic.
Yep.
Well, watching, like, I watched the first like couple seasons or something of that, but I actually thought it benefited him in the position he was in and being autistic, because it kind of made him be a better doctor where other things weren't getting involved, and
Yeah.
certain like feelings and certain other things, because he was doing surgery, stuff like that, not like one-on-one like primary care, this and that. It's like his job is, doing these intense surgeries, and he could just figure it out in his head. He was like so mathematically brilliant
Yeah.
and everything. But I can see in some cases where that would be a benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I watched this video the other day on YouTube, just like randomly, like going from one video to the next, just letting it load, and this thing comes up about, AI and robots and stuff, and how in Tokyo and in places they have all these love hotels and all these hotels in general that they're staffed by robots. Like, one, you go in and your desk clerk is a freaking robotic dinosaur, like a T-Rex, and it's got a little hat on and everything. Like, all these restaurants that are all like AI and robots, robotic waiters and waitresses, and I don't know, it's kind of weird, and then these hotels with these robotic, girls that you rent along with the room. I'm like, wow, it's interesting to me, but it's weird. And they're like constantly busy. Like, business never lets up. It's never dead. So I think they're coming, whether we want them to or not.
Yeah, like I said, it ain't my world no more. I just live in it.
Yeah. Ain't my world. I'm just living in it.
Yeah. Not grasping on it. Can't stop it. You can't stop this.
This train is in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. If they were like AI, like data or something. Yeah. I don't know. I see the good in it. And the sci-fi kid in me is like, wow, that's cool. But then the reality, or the conspiracy guy in me, is like, be afraid, be very afraid.
Didn't that robot arm just like rip another dude's arm off at like a Tesla company or something the
Yeah.
other day?
Yeah.
It glitched out.
Yeah. That's just what you want.
Yeah, like
Just
it
what you
reached in
want.
and grabbed him.
Go to the doctor, go to your AI robotic doctor, and yeah, accidentally, rips your wiener off. Whoops. We had a glitch.
Oh, like the Wallowitz robot.
Glitch left me penisless. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Well, speaking of aliens, yeah, just like anything, exactly, can be used for good or evil.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, like robots, new energy, nuclear or solar or whatever, or robots, AI, flying cars, drones with guns or flamethrowers on them. They're all cool, but they're automatically like the
Hackable.
first thing, well, they're hackable, but yeah, then the first thing is they're militarized, we use them for weapons. It's like, doesn't everything have to, you know?
Yeah, like, how can I use this for something shitty?
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. You know, it's like if I get an article on a plane coming up, you know, and they have like, there's all this talk about reverse technology, alien technology, you know, and like, how cool would it be to have a plane that, you know, is like basically for radar and everything else, it's invisible. Well, the first thing they want to do is how can we, you know, weaponize this? Because
To make like a spy plane?
yeah, I mean, if we got a plane that can drop bombs and shoot shit and shoot missiles and rockets and everything else, and it's invisible and nobody can see it, that's like the ultimate weapon. You know, you can't see it; it's gonna kill
Talk
you.
about
You
stealth.
can't see it when it's coming until it's too late.
Well, they do have that piece of fabric.
Yeah, Harry Potter cloak of invisibility.
Yeah, they made the bigger piece of fabric.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, here's a strange one. I don't know if this is
A lot
real
of strange today.
or is it Memorex? Damn it. Why is it such a pain in the butt to share a screen on here? Why do you got to click so many things and then get to the very end and click the wrong button? There we go. Watch mysterious cluster of UFOs filmed over airport in Argentina.
And I ran. I
Exactly.
ran so far away.
This is by Tim Bennell. Coast to coast. A worker at an airport in Argentina captured footage of a curious cluster of UFOs that appeared in the night sky over the facility. The puzzling sighting reportedly occurred late Thursday in the city of Baralach, Baralach. I don't know. An air traffic controller at the site initially spotted a solitary light in the sky. It left them scratching their heads as it was not an aircraft coming or going from the airport. The confusion was compounded a few seconds later when the glowing orb was joined by several other eerie illuminations that appeared alongside it in the sky. Amazingly, other airport employees who also saw the lights said that the entire sighting lasted a whopping 30 minutes and that the anomalies were observed by those on board planes flying into the airport. The workers indicated that the event last Thursday was not the first time such a strange incident had occurred at the site, and there have been multiple similar events going back to around August of 2023. What do you think the air traffic controller filmed over the airport? Weigh in with your thoughts on this particular sighting. And I get a video of it. Yes, here we go. Let me change this and add another one. They don't make this easy. Here we go. Oh, good Lord. All right. Here's the video. It's not the greatest video, as usual, but it's not terrible. You see this orb like coming in, like, maybe it's a plane coming.
Oh,
But
it's just one thing? The thumbnail, it made it look like the flock of seagulls.
it's just one thing, but then more show up.
Oh. Can they be seagulls flying from backwards, forwards into more of the IR light?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
it looks like a light of some sort. It doesn't look like a reflection of anything.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's just like floating back and forth. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And then like
oh.
another one comes. And this is again
Drones?
this
But they're
is
just appearing out of nowhere.
yeah.
Unless you're turning the lights off and then on.
And this was seen by
Maybe that.
traffic controllers. It was seen by other pilots. It was seen by people coming in on planes. I mean, it was seen by a bunch of people. And like I say, it lasted like 30 minutes. So I don't know, and it's not the first time it's happened there. So what's going on in Argentina? Who knows?
Hmm. That was a pretty interesting one.
Yeah. Pretty strange.
Exactly. That's the plan.
It's a plane. It's a plane.
The plane, the plane.
Speaking of gun-toting robotic dogs.
Yeah, Zurianus is because there was one before this one. What was the other one? The other one had a flamethrower on it.
Flamethrower, yeah.
And then like a couple of years ago, I thought they had some sort of it was a dog or something that Elon wanted to throw a flamethrower on, and then they said no.
I was in a store. Where was I at? I was in Harbor Freight the other day, and they had flamethrowers in there for sale.
How much?
Like, they were like $100.
Yeah.
It
How
was
much?
like
What do you do? You put on a can of gas?
yeah, you hook it up to a can, and it was basically a big torch with a big trigger on it. It said it would shoot fire 30 feet.
Is
Like,
it
damn.
propane?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I didn't research. I may have to go back and look at it. I may have to go back and get me one of them.
I love Harbor Freight too, Linda. I get a lot of my jewelry supplies, like jewelry tools and stuff from there too, because like all their little little things are a lot cheaper there. But when you go to a specialty store and now their jewelry supplies, they're like, a crap load more. So now we've got gun-firing robot dogs revealed by China as latest weapon in Black Mirror warfare.
Deb's got it right. They are propane weed burners. That's what they're marketed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Are they going to use it as like for controlled fires or living on a ranch? I bet. China has turned man's best friend into a killing machine as soldiers unveiled the latest in battlefield technology. What are you doing to the lamp, Bootsy? What are you doing? I think she was like licking it.
Lamp licker.
You lamp lick. The nation's military revealed that a gun-mounted robotic dog is its newest weapon during recent military drills with Cambodia. Looking like a prop out of the sci-fi series Black Mirror, the futuristic robot dog armed with an automatic rifle attached to its back is a killing machine. Now, that would be good for, and I think this is where I've seen them, the Army sends them in, because don't we have them to go in to find active shooters and things like where you don't want to send in a dog and a person?
Yeah.
if someone's hiding or you're looking for like Saddam, you send in the robot dog. So I
Yeah.
kind of thought somebody has this. In a clip made by China state broadcaster CCTV, a soldier named Chen Wei said the robot dog will help troops on missions and help identify enemies, on recon missions, help identify enemies. He said it can serve as a new member in our urban combat operations, replacing our human members to conduct recon and identify the enemy and strike the target. In the video, the dog joined soldiers during the Golden Dragon 2024 military exercise and can be seen walking, hopping, lying down, and moving backwards, controlled by a soldier using a remote control. It also leads a unit into a building as part of a drill. The robotic animal is one of China's variety of intelligent unmanned military equipment. And it's not even the first robot dog to stand by the side of soldiers. They showed rifle-armed robotic dogs used in exercises involving several military forces, including China, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam in November 2023. That's probably what we're thinking of. The U.S. has also used robotic dogs to detect and counter threats to military assets. The news follows reports that China is building a massive space army that seems to be straight out of Star Wars. They report U.S. space chiefs warn China had tripled the number of intelligence, surveillance, and recon satellites in orbit. Though the other day, who was it that tried to shoot another one up and it exploded in space?
Yeah.
Was that China?
I think so.
Trying to send their second spy satellite up and boom. Experts are now concerned this space fleet could be used to advance military goals on the ground. No shit. With the ability to blast targets from thousands of miles away, even around the curvature of the Earth, these satellites could identify targets for submarines to then hit with missiles. So on top of or robot dogs, we've got Star Wars going up there with China.
I heard one today. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, the bomb squads. Humping your leg. Especially if it got happy.
Did you hear the one today that what North Korea is doing?
The bags of poop?
Yeah, with balloons.
Oh, the trash and animal. I was going to do it. I didn't put it in the lineup because it was just so horrible.
Yeah.
They're like, stay away. And the shitty thing is, for one thing, the South Koreans have to literally gather shit to turn into them for fertilizer, and they get reprimanded if they don't. I know this from Yasmin, who got out of there. They have to collect shit to turn it in, and their way of communicating is via balloon. Like people will put like radios and flyers and letters on these balloons to send to get the words across, since they're totally censored.
Yeah.
So they're like, stay away from the bags of shit because it's like biological, this hazard now.
Yeah, this is an extreme version of slinging mud pies on the playground is playing out in the Korean peninsula, as North Korea took responsibility for sending hundreds of balloons filled with feces and trash.
Oh, you're getting the story?
No, I'm just looked it up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we didn't have everything up.
Yeah. They're sending it over to South Korea. Chemical and explosive response teams have been sent out to recover the balloons and the debris. But that's a fun job. They show still intact white balloons with trash bags attached to them filled with feces and garbage. God, the hell, people.
He literally shit on his own people.
Yeah. Wow. What I'm going to do is send over these balloons with a couple of big old bags of poopy. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Slingshot a balloon of poopy.
Name's Hank Hill. I sell propane and propane accessories. Get your flamethrowers and your bags of duty here.
Yeah, but they have to collect their own shit. Like they have to go through the gutters. If they don't have shit to give their self, they have to go through the gutters and hope to find like an animal crap in the sidewalk to turn in. And they don't get toilet paper. The families have like one, if they're lucky, they'll have one piece of like binder paper, and that family will write use every single, and you think about how much we waste, every single piece of that piece of paper, both sides will get filled up, and then when the paper's done, they use it as toilet paper.
Wow. Yeah, and I'm like picky about what kind of toilet paper I have. People don't have toilet paper at all.
Or not even any food enough to, as my dad would say, I'm not going to say, form a in the first place.
So here we go with a new plane. U.S. Air Force unveils its new nuclear stealth bomber, the B-21. I got a couple pictures of this thingamabob here.
Pretty. So pretty.
It's pretty cool. Here's another picture of it. Let's see here. Stop screen, present screen, window, share, add to stage. So there it is in the air. Now, if you were to see that,
you'd think it's a UFO.
You'd think it's a damn UFO. I seen this flying saucer. It was a typical saucer looking thing.
And these won't show up in flight radar either.
Yeah. Pilot waved to me. Yeah. So, exactly. Batman's plane. So, it says about this, developed by Northrop Grumman, which is one of their branches is here in St. Augustine. The new Raider is capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear payloads, designed to be a long-range strike stealth bomber that will replace the older B-1 and B-2 models. The B-21 is the country's answer to China's recent efforts to build up and modernize its military. See, that's what it's all about. Got to have bigger, badder.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yep, bigger, badder weapons that blow bigger shit up than the other country has. The U.S. Air Force will purchase at least 100 of the new bombers at a price of only $700 million a piece.
That's it? Oh, okay. I was going to say.
And they're going to get 100 of them.
I mean, the billions.
The B-21 will join a nuclear triad as visible and flexible nuclear deterrent, supporting national security objectives and assuring our nation's allies and partners, a Northrop Grumman spokesman said today, adding that it will be capable of penetrating the toughest defenses to deliver precision strikes anywhere in the world, and is a future of deterrence.
It also depends who's playing it.
The deterrent part of it is don't mess with us because we got a badass bomber that'll mess you up.
Yeah, and hopefully the soldier flying it isn't like the dude doing the cat strut down the runway putting his lipstick on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man.
The bomber was unveiled at a ceremony at the manufacturer's facility in California on December 2nd. We last introduced a new bomber over 30 years ago, said Air Force Chief and Staff General Q.C. Brown Jr., who described the unveiling as a historic moment for our Air Force and the nation. As we look into threats posed by our pacing challenge, good God, I can't read. We must continue to rapidly modernize. The B-21 Raider will provide formidable combat capability across a range of operations in highly contested environments of the future. God, I love that damn tongue twister. I wonder sometimes if they inadvertently put all these words together that are hard to pronounce when you get a tongue twister of words going. But yeah, if you were to just see that, which they unveiled it in December, so they got a few of them flying around now, testing.
You're not going to hear it.
Yeah. If you were to see that, it's like, holy shit, I just think I saw a UFO. No, it's not a UFO. It's just.
I don't know. Right now, I would honestly think it's military. I've seen so much shit up there that my first thing would be, I think that's a military. Depending what I was looking at, I would probably first think military. That's usually what I think at first anyway, is there a military plane that happens to look like this?
Yeah. Yeah. $700 million each. And we're going to buy at least 100 of them.
Well, Putin getting crazier by the day. All these world leaders are like getting batshit crazier by the day. And he's like making some serious threats. This will come in very handy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, our military is
espresso machine.
I mean, whatever is whatever. You can be whatever you want to be, but
don't mock the military though.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
You
don't wear the uniform in front of our equipment and mock it and do stuff. Like, you got to be a serious soldier because these people aren't going to be scared of you.
Yeah. Other countries are looking at some of our soldiers and going, oh shit, this is going to be like,
it's going to kill you more.
Picking apples out of a barrel. Like,
yeah.
Catching fish in a barrel.
We got the soldiers, selling secrets to Chinese spy helpers, national security secrets, because he needed his BMW at an impound. Was in the service like 4 years or 6 years and got to Secret Service level and got, all this like sensitive information, and then started taking these bribes strictly because he needed money to get his car out.
Yeah.
You sold your country out, giving them like what our drills are, like schedules of our drills and like what we're doing. So we need to really clean up our military. But I am happy to see us replacing a lot of the stuff, that's some of the stuff that's been divvied out, to other countries. Because we had a nice stockpile before Ukraine.
Yeah, I had one of my friends that made a post the other day, a serious post, that said, would you fly an American flag on your front lawn? And I mean, I do every day. I got an American flag on the front of my house. When it gets too ragged out, I change it for a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been flying it for years now, and I had a few people at first say something about it, and I'm like, hey, fuck you.
You have a problem with the flag?
Yeah, and I'm looking at the comments on this that my friend posted, and I'm just like, when did the American flag become
offensive?
Like, why is this even a serious question at first, and when did it become offensive? Like,
because it's not inclusive was the reason I was seeing, because people were threatened by it, because you had to be considered part of a certain type of person to be considered American by, like our songs standards or whatever the hell their excuses are. Yeah. I'm like, dude, America's the most inclusive country there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put mine upside down too right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I never in my wildest dreams would I think that would be a serious question these days. But it is, I guess. For some people, it is. For me, it's a no brainer.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't like my flag? Fuck off. Go away.
No,
Don't
I've
come in
got
my
pride
don't
for
come in
my
my
flag. Like, oh, what I'm too American. I love my country too much. Well, shit. You're gonna have pride in something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way it's going right now, but trust me, there's a lot of shittier other places to live than the United States.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, we're having major problems right now, but still, I wouldn't go leaving.
No, I see, a
Gonna
lot of
ride
these
this out.
celebrities and shit running their mouth.
Going to Canada.
Yeah, Canada don't want your fucking whiny ass either.
Hell no.
See, Robert De Niro's in the news every day now.
Okay, I could just. The little twat that was given a script, basically again telling us what their plans are. Oh, we will never ever have an election again. No, that's what I'm afraid you guys are going to do this year.
Yeah,
It's like giving us your game plan again. But
I
people
used
who
to.
listen to celebrities and need their opinions shouldn't be like voting in this type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that. I don't know. Who gives a shit what I think? Yeah, Maria, I know. I go. I'm in the the Rock and Gym Society and a couple of the clubs. Like I'm an Elks member, and you go and they still say the Pledge of Allegiance and everything, and it was weird. Like at first, when I first joined the Rock and Mineral Society, I went to the first meeting, and I'm like, holy shit, they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I haven't heard this in forever. It was kind of refreshing. It's like made me want to come back.
There's a really nice flagpole on my night walks that every single night for like the past year and a half, I stop and I look up at it and I say the pledge in my mind to it. And then I say, just for all, and give it a kiss and I walk away.
Yep.
Every time I walk by it, I stop. And then I pray in my head for that, things are getting better. Like,
Yep.
just watching it in the wind, like it just means so much,
Yeah, like Craig says, how many times have they threatened to leave the country? Yet they're still here. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
How many celebrities, Barbara Streisand, Cher, you can just name a shitload of them, and they're all, back when Trump got elected. If Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. No, you're fucking not, because you got it made here, and you're not. You're still here. So now you just made yourself out to be a freaking liar. You're full of shit. You're not leaving. You're just running your Peter Puffers.
You're wow.
Shut up.
You're wow.
Uh,
Well,
don't give
we've
me.
got a Star Trek style warp bubble that will allow astronauts to travel between planets.
Say what?
Yes, sir. Astronauts will one day be able to travel from planet to planet Star Trek style at warp speed. Super fast engines that whisked Captain Kirk and his USS Enterprise crew across the galaxy could be made for real. Boffins have created a warp bubble which wraps around an object and can transport it at high speeds within the bounds of known physics. Lead author Jared said the study changes the conversation about warp drives. By demonstrating a first of its kind model, we've shown that warp drives might not be uh, relegated to science fiction. Trekkies have long been familiar with warp drives, hypothetical engines that manipulate the fabric of space time itself, compressing the stuff in front of a spaceship and expanding behind it. This created a warp bubble that allowed craft to travel at incredible velocities, many times faster than the speed of light. The new paper published in Classical and Quantum Gravity has brought the theory into the real world by adopting existing known power sources. Jared's team from the University of Alabama in the U.S. used a sophisticated blend of traditional and novel gravitational techniques to create a warp bubble that can transport objects at high speeds within the bounds of known physics. I feel like I just said that, but it's going down. The proposed engine cannot achieve faster than light travel, but would come close, Jared said. Craft could reach high but subliminal speeds. Other research teams now plan to study the concept. Jared reckons his researchers' work could be a stepping stone on the road to efficient interstellar flight. Gianni, a chief exec officer to think tank Applied Physics, said, "While we're not yet preparing for interstellar voyages, this research heralds a new era of possibilities. We're continuing to make steady progress as humanity embarks on the warp age." I just realized we never played the video for the AI hospital.
Ah.
I think space herpes. I think
Yeah.
I'll admit.
I wondered about that too. Like when Captain Kirk hooked up with the green girl from
Yeah.
what's her name planet. I was like, whoa, she's pretty hot, but is he barebacking on this or what?
I sure hope not.
But then again, we're going where no man has gone before.
Poor man has gone before.
Okay, where did the damn video go that I just had up here? Here we go. God, I got too many windows open. I'm very confused. Stop. Percent? No. Share screen? Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Too many steps to play something on here. Operational by late 2024. That's not too far away. You know, like that thing I was watching that I was talking about in Tokyo and all, all these places. They were saying that, they had that thing where you couldn't have more than one kid for the longest time. And
Mm-hmm.
they're saying now that their society has been brought down so much that they don't know if in the future that their society is going to survive, because now they don't have tons of kids,
Especially females.
Yeah. So they're talking about they don't know if society is going to survive in China. So that's why they're so heavily involved into robots now. It's like, well, yeah, let's not make some more humans. Let's just make robots to take their place. They took our jobs. They took our lives. I know.
Because they were encouraged a long time ago, like if you're going to have a girl, to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Or they got rid of it.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, if they have the doctors diagnosing, or the AI doctors doing the diagnosing, like how they had the dude sitting next to it. I wonder if there's still kind of like the self-check lady who sits in the back reading a magazine while everybody else is like self-checking.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be like a person like that then will like assist something like with you and the robot, or like if it's going to be 100%, or if they're still going to have like some sort of human assistance involved.
Yeah.
Curious mind. I'm
Like,
gonna have to
why
look
did I
into
come
it.
in here to have a skin cancer removed off my shoulder, but I'm missing a ball now? Yeah.
You sure are worried about losing your junk to AI.
I'm serious, that's where they're going to go.
That's where they're gonna go.
Where they're going to go. I mean, I just think of the worst, It's like,
Yeah.
wake up in a bathtub full of cold
Gravy.
water and ice cubes, and you're missing a ball and a kidney. And there's a note there by your AI robot. You have 5 hours to get to the hospital to be treated by your AI robotic doctor.
On that video,
Steal your other ball.
the video I had at the bottom, it had a video showing them actually supposedly transporting the head onto the brain dead bodies. And I guess they're brain dead because it didn't have a head, or maybe the body was brain dead and then they took the head.
Yeah.
But so that they had some sort of video, but I was having the hardest time. Like I had to trick it so many times just to get this to play. But I wanted to see that video.
Yeah. That's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Head transplant. Hey, but they did it to who? Who was it? John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Or no, that was Face.
That was Face Off.
Face Off. Yeah. Kind of the same thing, sort of.
Mm.
Face Off. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So this one here's talking about fatal close encounters. Have people really been killed by UFOs? No, they haven't, because UFOs don't exist, right? That's what the government says, even though they have programs to investigate UFOs. Yeah, Craig says on the bright side, they could augment your junk into cybernetic tools, really.
Oh.
Instead of taking a ball, they could add bionic balls. Have an addictomy.
You literally have balls of steel. You could literally have balls of steel.
Yep. Wow. Didn't think of it that way.
You're like, clank, clank, bitch.
Clank, clank. What's that clanking noise? Oh, yeah, it's just Rob again. With his metal nuts.
Ball. Like that thing on your desk with the ball clacker.
Yeah. What's that clanking noise? It's D's nuts.
D's nuts.
Oh, jeez. See how it goes. Right down the toilet.
Oh, he's going to kill you, Gary.
Yep. Oh, man. Really? Wait till you get cold. D's freezing nuts. Wow.
But they won't shrink up.
That's true. There won't be shrinkage.
Oh, but what if your junk got stuck to it like your tongue on a pole?
Yeah, there is that.
This is when the cartoon brain kicks in.
You'd have
a place you really don't want to go.
You have bionic ball warmers.
Or just like a little, you could have like a little pouch or something. Like a sack, a little ball sack. You could have something knitted.
Would you mind knitting me a ball sack?
Could you knit me a ball sack?
I like that soft, fluffy feel, not the woolly, scratchy stuff.
Yes.
Hmm. All right. So this says, doesn't talk about bionic balls or tongues getting stuck to them, but as strange as it may sound, there have been several cases of alleged death by UFO over the decades. In August of 1967, Inácio de Sousa of Brazil, and there's always weird shit happening in Brazil, even back in the 60s, apparently. And his wife had been returning home when they encountered three humanoid entities next to a strange object shaped like an inverted wash basin or a B-21, maybe. The story goes that Sousa had attempted to shoot one of the aliens with his rifle. Well, there's your first mistake, and you wonder why they're going to be hostile. You're trying to shoot them before you even see if they want pancakes, which prompted the mysterious object to fire a strange beam of green light directly at his head. He immediately fell unconscious, and in the days that followed, he was found to have developed leukemia, which rapidly progressed and ended up killing him within a mere 2 months. Yeah, should have thought better about shooting that alien with your shotgun. He immediately, no, that's what I already read. While some ufologists think the encounter and De Sosa's illness are simply a tragic coincidence, others prefer to believe that the green light from the UFO was an intense beam of deadly radiation. Author and UFO researcher Nigel Watson wrote of the incident. There wasn't the only that wasn't the only alleged case of death by UFO either. More than 75 years ago, pilot Thomas Mantell, who saw action during World War II as a member of the 101st Airborne Division, had been serving as a fighter pilot with the Kentucky National Guard when he had an unexplained encounter that cost him his life. The incident began on January 7th, 1948, when God, I can't say Kentucky tonight. When Kentucky State Police Highway Patrol started to receive calls around 1:20 p.m. in the afternoon about a strange object in the sky over Maysville. Mantell was part of a group that had been tasked with venturing out to investigate the phenomenon. When he, alongside with his two wingmen, reached 15,000 feet, they encountered an object described as a metallic and tremendous in size. Was it as big as last week's tremendous UFO that was as big as a Walmart? That was moving around half the speed of the planes. I felt a little shaky at 15,000 feet because I realized we were supposed to take oxygen at 12,000 feet. Hammond, who was one of the two wingmen accompanying Mantell, said that day. By the time I hit 22,000 feet, I was seeing double. I pulled alongside Clements and indicated with gestures that I didn't have an oxygen mask. He understood the situation and we turned back. Mantell, however, decided to stay the course despite the oxygen situation. Probably not the smartest move there, Mantell. Around 3:50 p.m., the object had disappeared, and Mantell, who was thought to have blacked out due to lack of oxygen, plummeted from the sky and died a few minutes later. Now, was that really the UFO's fault, or was that dumbass's fault that didn't have oxygen and decided to stay up there anyways? While the object was later dismissed as a mere weather balloon, many to this day remain unconvinced. Yeah, it was just a weather balloon. I don't know. If you're getting lightheaded because you don't have oxygen, why are you going to stay up there? Yeah. If you shoot at aliens, don't miss. Yeah, why are you going to shoot at them? They're okay. If they're aliens and they're here, they're obviously, like I've said before, they're obviously way smarter and way more advanced than us. But yet, you're going to shoot one of your little man-made gunpowdered lead ball at them, basically the same kind of weapon that we were using, 300 years ago. and
through
they're
this
just
thing that
gonna,
has like metal not even from this earth.
yeah, and they're just gonna pew pew, with a little ray gun and,
Bling, bling.
pew pew, shoot you in the balls, and you're gonna get ballinosis and die a couple of months later in the hospital. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if shooting at an alien is. I can see the fear. You're just cruising along, and holy shit, you stumble and kind of across a couple of aliens.
But you don't just
You
start
know,
shooting at shit.
yeah. I mean, I can see defending yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, and I can see the fear, but I also can see myself not just whipping out a gun and start shooting at them. Ask questions later, because you're probably not going to win that fight.
It would depend on the situation and if I really believed it was like an alien or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like if you come across like the picture that's right here,
Right here.
big old flying saucer, and there's a beam of light and it's sucking up cows or people or whatever.
Well, I wouldn't want to get close enough to that beam of light, and
Yeah.
unless I had like a rifle with me,
I mean, do you run out
shotgun
there and
wouldn't
start
do it.
shooting at it? Or do you
No,
just,
I'd probably just go the other way. I just kind of
yeah, I'd be like, yeah, hunker down. I'd go the other way or hunker down, or like,
put her down. Yeah.
should I take should I take some pictures?
Yeah, lay down in the bushes like PUBG. Go prone
Yeah,
and
exactly.
scope it in. Check it out.
Don't
A
mess with me.
potato gun.
I got a 12 gauge, Bubba. Really? I got this little tiny pistol that'll pew pew. Look, he doesn't have a head anymore. Again, that's probably why the aliens aren't here, because they probably look
They're
at
here.
us as, that there's a retarded planet. You don't want to go near that, boys.
Yeah, we screwed that experiment up.
There's a bunch of stupid people right down there. Speaking of UFOs.
I have half of a Red Bull. I still have to show, so I went back on my own promise to myself.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of UFOs.
Giant mug of espresso.
Well, that's what I was hoping. I'd finish this earlier, and then I would cap the night off with some iced coffee. Now I'm just gonna zoom. Maybe I'll play a match pub at the park when I go do my thing.
And a boom boom.
You haven't been able to update yet, huh?
I got my phone updated, but I play it on my tablet, and it didn't finish.
Charging or updating.
Updating.
Because then you still have to update all those like processes like up in that little stupid cloud thing.
Yeah.
And that takes forever. You have to like have it open for them to even upload. So I've been trying to do it in little pieces when I remember.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
Okay.
Got all the updates done, but it was downloading all the new maps and all the new.
Yeah. And I think I still have like 4 or 5 like the big ones to still fill up.
Yeah.
And then you see the transformer thing?
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. I think I might have sent a clip to. Anyway. I think I sent a clip out to one of the group chats or to.
Yeah.
But it has like a transformer type thing. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, my brain, like, I like it because it's not Fortnite, because it's more realistic, right? So then I'm seeing this big transformer, thinking, man, how is this going to fall into like the apocalypse? Because in my head, I have like the pretends, that this is like how things went. But how am I going to know real, So I'm like, okay, AI, I'm just going to pretend this is the AI factor of life, you know.
Yeah.
These are the robots revolting.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
I will not comply. A UFO was spotted zipping past the Navy's iconic Blue Angels while they performed during an air show on Long Island over Memorial Day weekend. And wasn't there like a UFO sighting during like something that happened at the Royal Palace, like whatever that
Yep.
commencement was?
Yeah.
And I can't remember if there was also another one the last time the Angels flew or something. I feel like this is the second time or third time with planes that somebody spotted some sort of.
Yeah.
The small sphere flew past the Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet on Friday in bizarre footage obtained by TMZ. The unidentified object only appears in the footage for about a millisecond. However, a slow motion video shows the UFO gliding directly in front of the jet before darting from the camera's frame. The craft appeared to be approximately 36,500 to 41,000 feet in the air, according to a report filed with the National UFO Reporting Center. It remains unclear what the unidentified aerial the UAP could be, given its incredible speed and the fact the object left no trail as it darted forward. And I had a lot of thoughts at first till I watched it live speed, and I have no idea. Unless it's one of their things. UAP, and then they explain what a UAP is. In March, airplane passenger claims she spotted a UFO above New York City on a commercial flight. And then they talked about July 03, an egg-shaped UFO was captured flying over Brooklyn. October 23, a pill-shaped object spotted over McGuire Fields was one of the 12 UFOs reported in Brooklyn. New York City registered 30 UFO sightings with the National UFO Reporting Center in 2023, up 7% from the 28 flying saucers seen in 2022. And 10% from the 27 they saw in 2021. The states with the most UFO sightings, we don't need all these statistics, but most reports, blah, blah, blah. Let's just see the video. I believe that theory, Craig, that could be a possibility, or that it goes along with something else.
Yeah, when you see it at regular speed, man, that thing just fly. You would never see it normally, you know?
Yeah, because I know it's not a bird that almost hit or a drone. Like, there's no way that's a drone. Is it a stealth bomber thing so fast? You know, like one of their own crafts going through it? I don't think so.
Yeah. That's pretty trippy.
Yeah.
Again, you know, like that's like that typical spherical flyby thing that we seem to be seeing a lot of.
They had some other updates on the Las Vegas thing today too, but I didn't throw those in. Oh, you know what? I'm already not making friends with AI.
Yeah, every time I'm like the other day, I was driving and I'm asking Siri, I'm like, open something. I'm sorry, I can't do that. And I ask it again. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm like, what the fuck why, you stupid asshole?
Like, what the fuck can you do?
Darcy's like, don't be mean to the AI. They're going to remember you.
Oh, mine, yeah. Like,
Yeah, probably.
my social media platform ones, you've seen some of the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll remember me. They're like, oh, he's the one that was mean to us. Shit in his cereal.
Don't shit in my Cocoa Puffs.
This is a good one. I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, I thought, it was either this or the person that wanted to be a dog, like got that whole Lassie costume, changed their mind. So I'm saving that one for like what they're going to be next.
I want to be
Opted for the cop that got locked in the back seat with a DTF detainee before radioing for help.
DTF?
A cop who had to call for help after accidentally locking himself in the back seat with a detainee who was DTF later resigned.
How do you accidentally lock yourself in the back of a cop car with a detainee?
I don't know if it has like electric locks or I don't know because
maybe he wanted to be locked in the back.
Officer Anthony Hare was locked in the back seat of his police car for over an hour. My leg is cramped. Kitty. For over an hour with a woman he had arrested on suspicion of car theft. And now he's stuck with like a criminal in the back seat. Now, new footage of the incident has been released. Body cam footage shared on X reveals the woman telling Hare she wanted to have sex as he drove her back to the San Diego Police Department headquarters and then to the detention center. As the woman's chant turned sexual, Officer Hare first reminded her that she had a boyfriend. And I don't know who took these pictures either. The woman asked Hare if he was single, and he replied, "Yeah, but you're not." The woman then tells the policeman that she was DTF right now. Officer Hare tells the woman not to talk like that as everything is being recorded. As they get closer to the detention center, not because it's wrong, it's because it's being recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Don't say that.
As they get closer to detention center, Hare strikes the conversation up just moments before his body cam goes dark. The car's GPS tracker indicated that Hare turned into a residential street before coming to a stop. About 10 minutes later, Officer Hare called for help. It took another police officer over an hour to rescue Officer Hare.
Oh, they're banging in the back seat.
Who found him sitting in the back of the car with the detainee. Yeah, they probably all of a sudden had a menage. According to TMZ, the police department released the findings following the alleged car theft last August. The same outlet reports that Hare was later interviewed by International Affairs investigators. He said the door closed on him when he got into the back to check on the suspect. Into the car to check on her. The car theft suspect also reportedly denies having sex with Hare in the backseat of the car. Traces of semen were later found on his belt, and he resigned in September 2023. They actually forensically looked at his shit.
And you are the father.
In the pictures, like I'm like leading her off. Like, who took these pictures? I don't understand where these. Is that from his car?
Yeah,
like
maybe
his dash cam. But
dash cam.
Where are they going? He's like walking her the other way.
Yeah,
I'm confused. Who took these photos?
Yep. Maybe this was after the fact.
Oh, maybe his buddy did it after he rescued him. But that's like that looks like a. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, if it's his buddy, he's taking some pictures. He's like, "Oh, you ain't living this one down."
Yeah.
You're stuck in the back with this girl.
You want out? I want pics.
Yeah. You know,
On the article that got the show,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
or the article that got the show shut down on Facebook.
Yeah, this one.
Facebook got shut down?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Who knows? Could be. We're talking DTF.
Did you see me fighting with the fact check shit last night? Mm. I'm going to send something over later. Yeah, we're on. Well. You get a fire anyways. There you go. And why did it take him an hour to get out? You think that would be an easy thing for a cop to be able to...
Yeah.
Because he'd have to open the front door. If all that happened was the door shut on him because they lock, go in the front and do what you do. Like unlock the door, roll down the window. Or you don't roll down the window.
Well, he was in the back seat doing what you do.
But his friend shouldn't take an hour to get him out.
Yeah, really.
I don't know.
Undercover cop was dressed as a dog. That just reminds me of this song.
I remember that with the balloon.
So messed up. I want you here.
The little Stooges. I want to be your dog. I'm in the back seat and I'm DTF.
Yeah, they'll have the cage dividing the front to back, but like if his friend opened the front seat, he could unlock the doors.
There was some shenanigans going on there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. And I got, I got respect for our law enforcement. I want to refund the police and have law and order put back. But there's, people like this, there's always like, one or two thrown in there, just, because we're being recorded. Don't do that because we're being recorded. Not because it's wrong or you have a boyfriend. Exactly. And I'm on the clock, taxpayer money, She just stole a car and he's like, all right,
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Finally found my damn video.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to play this here. Crystal of the Week video. Maybe.
You want to hear it?
Maybe. Want to hear it? Here's how it goes. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. This week's Crystal of the Week. What is it? It's Memetite. What is Memetite? It's also known as memetesite and bricksite, and it's rare. It's a rare lead arsenic chloride mineral that crystallizes in the form of bitroidal tiny tabular crystals and small curved acicular crystals. This mineral is a member of the apatite family and forms from heavy oxidation of lead deposits. Other lead materials such as wolfenite, vandonite, and galena also can occur near or in association with memetite. The crystal was first reported by F.S. Baudant in 1832 and was named after the Greek word memetes, meaning imitator. The name was chosen because of its similar resemblance to pyromorphite, and then naturally forming near one another. Very fine specimens of mimetite have come out of Mexico and Namibia, although it can also be found in Australia, Greece, and the USA. Some of the meaning behind mimetite. It's a powerful heartstone. It's there to provide emotional stability, inner balance, serenity, joy, and adventure. It helps one open up their heart and assist in releasing any and all negative vibrations that may plague our most vital organ. As this crystal aids in removing negative energy, hematite also provides a nourishing and rejuvenating vibration to take its place and imbue one's emotional body and auric field. As the positive energy fills one's body, it will help in realigning the chakra field and provide overall balance. These actions and energies from mimetite will provide one with pure joy and bliss. Happiness will soon follow, and one will be eager to take on new and exciting hobbies and adventures once more. For anyone going through a tough change in their life, or simply can't find the energy each day to do things you truly love, hematite should serve as a daily reminder to take time for yourself, calm your mind, and meditate. Try laying down and placing this stone over your heart to allow energies to be directly absorbed. Imagine this energy is doing a clean out of one's heart and removing any and all blockages within. Once one's heart is cleansed, hematite uplifting energy vibrations will soon fill one's body. With this newfound energy, you should be able to enjoy doing what you love once more and feel happiness and joy again. Hematite is a very rare stone and it can be hard to get in your hands on a piece. Most specimens on the market are boitrital and can sell for hundreds of dollars. Very rarely you will find crystallized hematite, as it is extremely rare to find. Most pieces on the market are very small and sell for quite a hefty price. So if you're lucky enough to have some, good on you. If not, look for some. Make sure you get the real deal. And there you go. This week's Crystal of the Week. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another one soon.
I'm sure that's not on my box of stuff.
Yeah.
Where's that box?
Yeah, it's holy shite schools. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any. Well, there's a piece for $6. That's not bad.
Is it real?
Is it real or is it
Sulfur.
Look
at this stuff.
Rare crystal specimen. Select an option.
All rocks.
It's not bad. There's some on Etsy. A 6 to 8 millimeter, 5 to 8 millimeter piece is $6, and an 8 to 12 millimeter piece is $10. It's not terrible.
And they say it's real?
Yeah, supposedly.
You take it home and put a lighter on it.
Yeah.
I need my little identification chart thing again for this. I like this little green crystal one. I should put that on my altar. It's like the science set.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts. This whole time I've had kyanite in here. I've had I have some good ones in here that I didn't even know I had just randomly. A piece of selenite in there. I had this for like ever.
That's cool.
But they're all like number labeled and stuff, so I was just leave them at. Why are you in a box, Bootsy? Booty. The only yellow I see is like this one, and it's probably like sulfur or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I like this piece. Add to the stage.
Oh.
Yeah, you see the price on that one? $2,288. Hey, but you get free shipping on it.
Oh yeah, it's worth it for the free shipping.
Exactly. I like how this piece of Mennonite is, almost $2,500, but they don't say like how big it is or anything. Really?
Really?
Yeah. One in stock. Make it yours. Free shipping. Let's see. Full details. Maybe it is in here.
Yeah, click that.
Full details. Okay.
About the dude.
Still doesn't say how big of a piece it is.
If you're gonna spend that much, they should have weight and dimensions.
There it is. It's 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches by 1.5.
Holy shit balls!
Overall product weight is 0.42 of a pound, so it's not even a half a pound, and it's 2.5 inches, so it's a chunk about like that.
So the ones on Etsy, are they like the rock chip size on like these bracelets? Is it just like a little rock chip size for
That
whatever price you were saying? The cheaper ones?
is this right here.
Yeah, like okay, that's yeah. How big are those? Like chip size?
The 5 to 8 millimeters are $6. The 8 to 12 millimeters are $10. So
That's not bad because you can still have a piece then.
yeah. I mean,
You
there's
have the intent. Oh,
some,
exactly. Okay, that's exactly what I was
yeah,
thinking.
so that's cool.
And you can still put it on a pendant and have it on your heart.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be huge. And then one day you might get a better one. Like my Moldavite.
Yeah.
One of these days. I wonder what's cost more that between this and the Moldavite. Moldavite still?
Probably this. I don't know.
This?
Let's see how much Moldavite's going
Like
for.
diamond in their science set. They must have the big one. I have the 74 piece. I think it is. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. I've still never found my missing piece of Moldavite. And it was a pretty good sized chunk. It was.
It's so crazy.
It was about like that. Maybe even a little bigger.
Damn.
And it is gone.
Gone with the wind. I used to want to have one of everything when it came to like seashells and then like rocks, kind of before the internet. Then I realized how many different things there really was. I know I'll never be able to have one of everything, but I sure will die trying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious what my collection will look like by the time I croak. And I don't know what happened to it after because, I got no one to leave it to.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, Like it's sold for pennies on the dollar, donated to
Let's see.
Goodwill. Like,
Someone comes through and throws my shit out. Yeah, like everything I've been collecting. That's a nice little nug.
yeah.
It looks like a hail ball.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, did you see that
Hmm.
Mexican hailstorm?
There was hail all over the place. I have a compilation video showing what weather happened in 3 days. All over the place. Craziness.
Yeah, I mean, does that look natural for Mexico?
Show when they're like scooping it though, because like it's like almost like if you're in an ice pit or a ball pit.
Yeah.
And I think Texas had it this. I don't know if Texas was like the same day.
I mean, they're saying hail. I mean, they were showing when it was hailing, and it was like serious chunks of ice falling.
What I'm sending you now. You might be able to open it on because it's a Facebook. Did I send it to you or me? Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can pull it up.
Here we go.
I think the second one with the noise. I'm not sure. Sulfuric hail. Oh. So this is all what happened in a matter of a few days. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, it don't even look normal.
It's because it's not. It's like
Yeah, because it's not exactly. I'm thinking in traditional brain. I'm not
yeah,
thinking of what they're actually doing to us right now.
yeah. It's like what the hell. And that wasn't everything either, as far as all the crazy like stuff that just happened.
Goddamn big bird.
Because they want us to think this is,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Tain't normal, man.
It ain't. Yeah, buying silver's good. Buying precious metals. It's something I was always taught to do from my daddy.
Yep.
Or when the shit hit the fan. Because we all knew what was coming. Definitely do damage. And see, then you can take your flamethrower and
Yeah.
don't have to shovel. I think that was one of the uses they said for it too.
Melting the ice
Mm-hmm.
so you can get out your door. Cause a flood to your neighbor's house, though.
Oh yeah, it would make like a total river.
Yeah.
Or would it just freeze and like turn to ice, like as it's melting and it's like flowing, like refreezes like hard ice?
Yeah, it could. What is going on with my computer at this particular moment?
Copper, huh? There's still a lot of people finding coins. This lady was out like on a walk, and I don't remember what country she's in. Reached down because she's seen something, but pulled up a handful of coins, and she's like, "Oh, I think this was like hidden in a time of desperation, or something was happening. Somebody had to bury it." But I'm still seeing so many people finding these coins, like just oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I was following mainly the silver prices, just because I buy a lot of silver for making rings and whatnot. Yeah, wow, it has gone up. It was when I was buying a bunch, it was like 24, 23, 24 bucks for troy ounce. It's 31.45 now.
Where would you buy it from?
That was buying just $half and whatever for making rings. But
Mm-hmm.
it all goes on the price of what silver is going for. I was buying it at melt price, and yeah, it's gone up for sure. Gold's up to 23.35 right now. Platinum's 1,037, and palladium's at 976. Yeah, silver 31.45. That's the most it's been in a while.
It used to be so cheap. Gosh, there would be like silver sales all over the place, like silver jewelry. I could get so cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, 64 was the last of the 90%, other than specialty coins. And then they went to 40% for a while after 64. Nowadays, pennies are like, man, if I hit, I think it was 1985 or something like that, they changed the pennies to,
Shattered.
they got so much zinc in them now. You hit a penny with a torch and it just like turns into a pile of mush.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine that wants me to make some rings. He's got some coins that his dad left him,
Aw.
and wants some rings made. And I'm like, yeah, I can make them. I'm like, but I'm going to warn you, there is a chance. I have to tell, that's why I'll make whatever out of stuff that people give me, but I always got to warn them that there's a chance that it could not turn out good.
I know the feeling.
Each coin has its downsides. The Ben Franklin $half, the thickness of the $half, like Ben's head is really thick, and then it goes to a really thin place in the coin. And when you start stretching them and turning them inside out, sometimes they
Oh,
split pretty easy. 1962 quarters, man. For some reason, 62s kicked my ass. I've got several of those in the scrap silver jar that broke. But now I figured out how to turn them into something else. So
that's what I was just wondering. Like, can you still repurpose it? Like,
yeah,
make like little rings or like jump rings or What do you do with it?
I turn them into like the breast cancer ribbon or any of those ribbons. I can make those out of them or whatever. Earrings, parts of pendants, something.
Right on.
Anything's better than throwing it in the scrap jar just to melt it down. But anyways, guess
I
we'll.
got this in Florida. A silver at the outdoor mall by
Oh
Orlando.
yeah, it's kind of like the one I'm wearing.
Yeah, and it's pure silver from Silver Shop.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it's got a little something in it. Otherwise, it'd be like soft, but it's 925. But it's like it's just solid silver ring. The one on my other thumb is not real silver. I don't even know what this is. But that's my real silver. And this is like Kohl's silver. Like when I was saying things were like so much cheaper, but you can see like the difference. Like, and I didn't like just polish or, clean either of these. Like you can see how tarnished and different the Kohl's one looks compared to like the pure silver one I got at the jewelry shop.
Yep.
And that's stamped 925 also, but this one's just super clean. It's like my favorite. Hey, I know someone that makes jewelry out of old vintage spoons too.
Yeah, me too.
You had those badass ones with the pentacles and stuff on them. Those were sick. Yeah. You were getting some really cool designs with those.
Yeah, when I went to the my last class we took up at the Rock and Gem Society, I did cabochons. This is a piece of picture jasper that I had a little slab of it, and I cut it and turned it into this. If it would ever get up here, there we go. But yeah, there's a lot of coolness in that little piece.
Lots of coolness. That's a nice piece, Rob.
Yeah, it came out really good.
I like how you did it cabochon. I like those shaped ones. I call them, palm stones, cabochons if you're doing it in jewelry.
Yeah.
But that looks like it's about the size of my little Dalmatian.
Yeah. Really
That's cool. A beautiful piece. That seriously, it looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Or like an Italian building, like with the cracks and the like outside of like it just reminds me of like Italy or Rome or something. Like going to the chapel and you have the pillars outside with the cracks in them, or like Caesar's Palace, and then the glass down there, like the stained glass.
Yeah. I'm gonna eventually turn it into a pendant.
You should.
My soldering has been kicking my ass lately. I need to go back to silversmith class. And
are you going to lay it in like a setting with like an open back, or are you going to have a frame around it, or just put like a little top on it?
It's going to be on like a silver plate with a bezel around it.
Okay.
Small bezel. But yeah, it came out pretty cool. I was pretty stoked with it. The teacher was really impressed with it, so that was cool.
Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful freaking piece.
I was cutting it. I was the first one to cut it on the saw, and I didn't hear him say it, but Darcy was like, "Yeah, the the other instructor said everybody needs to watch him on the saw and cut just like he's cutting. He knows exactly
Really?
how to do it. And that was my first time using a stone cutting saw, but I use a freaking I saw it like every day now. So, and I've been using them for years, so I know how to do it. I've just never done it with stone. And stone's actually, a wet saw is like you can actually touch the blade while it's spinning, and it's not going to cut your finger off. like the saws I use would just cut my arm off and not even think about it.
I wish I could go somewhere and have access to the tools or I just need to save up and get like a little setup, kind of like Todd.
Yeah,
Or
shit's expensive, and I mean,
I
a
got
cat.
all these crystals that just need to be smooth, clean, flat. Like I have so much potential of stuff.
Yep.
And all I got left is I have a nice, a professional double barrel rock tumbler, but
Yeah.
I want to do other things. I want to cut. I want to I want one of those drip saws that has the cutter and the grinder wheel. And
Yeah, that's what's cool about the club here is, it's cost me like for a family membership, it's like $50 for the year, and classes are $20.
oh, that's why Darcy's able to come in with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's badass.
Yeah, we're both members, and you can go up there and like even once you're certified or whatever, once they know how to use the machines without cutting your arm off or somebody else's, you can go in and rent the stuff for $4 or $5 an hour. So it's like a no-brainer. The downside is they don't want you using the club
to sell.
Yeah, they don't want you going in there like every day and renting the stuff for super cheap to turn around and sell all your stuff for high dollar, which is understandable. But I mean, for learning
little projects you want to work on.
Yeah, and it's it's great to like go there and make stuff, and you can trade it, trade this for that, barter stuff with other members, trade stuff, whatever. So you can keep learning. So that's pretty cool.
I would definitely take advantage of that if I had something nearby. The closest we had was, I think, in like Fremont. They had something, but it wasn't that cool, like as what you have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing that I would love to do is learn how to make swords and blades and stuff.
Oh my God, forging and yeah.
That goes back to when I was a little kid. I'd hang out at the old store museum, and my buddy was Mr. Bruff. He was the blacksmith there, and I'd go, and it was all dark, and he had this giant, billows that, would stoke the fire and get all this metal red hot, and I'd just sit there like watching him make all kinds of shit, horseshoes and just everything, blades, all kinds of stuff. I was always amazed with that. So yeah, that'll probably be another thing to delve into one of these days.
I could see you doing so good. That would just be amazing. And then it's like all the different options you have with like making even handles. I mean, there's just so many different components to it. And God, she wouldn't love having you making shivs. It's like making jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah. I talked to a guy just the other day that that's what he does for a living is he makes knives and stuff. And I've got a few friends that have done it. One of my friends, his dad did it. His dad passed away several years ago, but he made some freaking awesome knives, fillet knives and all kinds of stuff, skinning knives. But yeah, there's a guy that does it here. He's in Jacksonville, just like 30, 40 miles from here. But yeah, he makes some really good knives. Several different kind. Does a lot of Damascus steel, which is really cool looking. Yeah, his knives aren't cheap.
Is that like the knives like I got my mom, where it almost has like those patterns?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I want to get her like a really good knife, and I can't remember what brand it was, but I think I showed you. It had all like the pretty swirls on it.
Yeah.
Or that's what it's called, is like forged metal or something. Right? Forged steel.
Yeah, like Damascus would look.
How you do like the layers or something.
Oh man, I'm not a robot, really.
Big time. I have a Facebook friend that I was seeing. I don't know if he just restores swords or if he also makes swords, like the shit. I can't think of the word katana. No,
Katanas, yeah.
katana. Like the Japanese swords.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
on seriously, because he puts love into his work.
You got to put a little bit of soul into it.
Oh, I used to look at Cutlery Corner. There was probably like 5 different, and then there was like Big K, but their stuff was like cheaper. I got lots of shivs. Never have too many shivs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, don't get me another knife. Like, another knife?
Exactly. I got to say, I bought a knife off of. Actually, they sent it to me. Off of Amazon to do a review on, and I did it, and it's actually a pretty damn good knife.
How'd you get it set up for that?
For what?
Product testing like that.
They offered to send it to me. I bought something, and they offered a few products if I wanted to test them and do reviews on them. And they said,
Did
"Yeah,
you have to pay shipping or anything?
no, nothing." And
What?
I got a company that said they're sending me an e-bike, but I've yet to see it. They are the ones that contacted me, and I'm like, yeah,
Through where?
through it's the company that makes the bike.
But I mean, they contacted you through like Instagram or through like an email?
Off of my, yeah, it was. They sent me an email. I guess it was off either Instagram or YouTube. They had seen some of my other reviews and wanted to know if I wanted to do a review on their bike. And I'm like, hells yeah.
Oh, plus in the old City Vapor used to do lots of different review things on here, didn't you?
Yeah, used to, yep.
And all the unboxings.
Yep.
I remember.
I'm gonna start doing some. Gonna rig up one of my e-bikes for a fishing bike. I figure, hey, got a lot of beach here, and I can get on my e-bike, load all my fishing gear on there, and haul ass down the beach, get away from everyone, because I literally have miles of beach here with nobody on it. And
Use what, like milk crates or something as a baskets on the back so you can use bungee cord things on, or how are you gonna?
well, I've got a cargo rack for the back of one of my bikes, and I looked up some DIY like pole holders and stuff, how to make those, and
They even have little trailers for them.
yeah, I mean, I've got a beach cart that I use, and I was like looking at how to like rig that up to pull it along. But yeah, and the company that actually wanted to, offered to send me a bike to review. Let me pull them up here. They actually have, let's see, where is it? Not seeing it now. I was looking the other day, and they actually have a bike that has a trailer. It's for like hunting or fishing or whatever. Like comes with a little trailer and everything. I'm like,
Does
damn,
it
that's perfect.
does it lock?
What do you mean lock? Like,
Does it close up and lock your stuff in, or is it just like
nah,
an open trailer, like the little trailer?
yeah, just like a little open cargo trailer.
Nice. Jeff did a lot to his e-bike, and then his bikes and his scooters, and he has like little basket things, to put on. And so if like he wants to just take it down to the store, he can just take it down to the store and then put the groceries like in the back. And
Oh yeah, this is it's just a little open trailer. I could actually probably make something that would work a lot better. Because that little trailer is $599.
And how much is the bike?
The bike is $17.99. But yeah, I got a lot of beach here, so might as well take advantage of it.
For sure. I sure would.
Yeah, I was looking at. No, I wasn't looking at a hoverboard the other day. I was looking at one of those one-wheeler things. There's a guy that rides one here. He like commutes on it. Thing hauls ass. Does like 40 miles an hour.
What do you mean?
You seen one of the one-wheeler things?
A one-wheeler? Like something you stand on?
Yeah.
Like, but they have two, like what mall cop rides?
It's one of these things. God, you gotta press so many freaking buttons. One of those things.
Oh.
This is like a
So
cheap
you have
one.
your one foot in front of the other?
Yeah, you ride it, like one foot in front, one foot in back, stand sideways like you would be on a skateboard or whatever.
I see.
You lean it forward, it goes forward. You lean it back, it brakes. It kind of has that gyroscope effect. But there's a dude, I see him riding one of these things all the time. And he's like, he keeps up or passes traffic on it. It's crazy.
I can see myself riding one of those on the cement, and then all of a sudden hitting a little jump and eating shit in the air.
Yeah. There's another guy that rides a unicycle, except it has like a huge wheel. It's like this big ass wheel that he rides, and he's all over the place on that, up and down.
Like the thing on South Park.
Yeah, you ride it like that.
Huh. I wonder how that would feel for someone with like owie lower back.
Don't want to be falling off of it going 30 miles an hour.
Or I mean, just like standing a certain way, if like it would make like a back lock up or not. I just don't know, like if that position would be good.
It's funny. I saw this bike, this little e-bike. It was e-scooter. We were at the store a couple of weeks ago, and this girl came out, and she's like putting her stuff on the little scooter, and it's like one of the, it's like a skateboard with a handlebar type of scooter thing, electric. And I was like, wow, how fast does that thing go? And she's like, yeah, it goes like 20. She goes, that's plenty fast for me, because she's like, I fucking wrecked and almost killed myself.
Yeah, like the scooters with the seats like he has double engines, a front engine and a back. I said, don't put that front engine on with me, because that back one is just enough. And I've already pretty much ate shit by hitting a curb at night because I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Just saying, hurry, come on, go faster, go faster. I'm like trying to remember the difference between the scooter and the bike, like only being on it like twice.
Yeah.
And you do it, and it's like you feel like oh, I'm gonna hurt myself on this at night.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I got my first e-bike, I was like, man, I'm taking a chance. I've never ridden one, and I was kind of against e-bikes at first anyways. And then I ordered it, and I'm like, yeah, this thing's going to suck, because I'm a fat ass. It's not going to push me around very good. I got on that thing, and it was like instantly hauling ass. I'm like, okay, I'm hauling ass for being on a bike. Yeah, the ones that I ride now, I mean, you hit 30 on them, and to be on a bike 30 miles an hour you're hauling ass.
Yeah. I see like little kids riding them to the store and stuff, and then they get their groceries or whatever they're getting, their snacks. And the kid's like, wait, I have to go slower on the way back because the bags make me off center. I thought, man, these kids have like little vehicles now,
Yeah.
Like if I had an electric damn bike when I was a kid, it's like a step from having a dirt bike.
Yep.
Like I'd go like triple the length I used to have to go on my foot or bike. But whatever. I'm glad I did it my way.
Yeah.
Didn't need no stink, and I just would have gotten in more trouble. I had an electric bike.
Yeah. Fully.
Yes, it is.
Would have been, bad news for me. I rode my bike far enough away. I had an e-bike back then. Hell, if I had an e-bike back then, I'd be like the Jetsons kid. What the hell are you riding? Well, I guess we're going to be way past time tonight, so I guess we're out of here.
Yeah, I got to
paranormal.
Return the Red Bull.
What's that?
I've got to return the Red Bull.
Yep. Well, cool.
Oh, I got one of those right here, Deb.
There you go.
This is my little spaceman. I have this one's the Aurora. Wait. Yeah, the Aurora light, and then this is the Nebula light, and then the other one I have, it's got like it's a galaxy light, the spiral. It's just a spiral on the ceiling. Ooh, yours has a guitar.
A guitar.
A guitar.
Well, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, as usual. Love you guys, and probably see you Sunday for some paranormal soupage. And other than that, stay safe. Have a real weird rest of the week. And we'll catch y'all later on for the next one. Bye-bye.